This is Saturday Morning Mysteries.
And we're your hosts, Alexis and Grace.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Saturday Morning Mysteries, where we're your host. I'm Grace.
And I'm Alexis.
And we are on part 2 of our Powerpuff Girls Cold Crime episode that Alexis is taking us through. For a reminder, everyone, we are in our Christmas, winter, cold, December arc of any variety. If we can tie it back to one of those things, we get to talk about it this month. Alexis regaled us with the first part of a very greedy and very funny episode of Powerpuff Girls and left us on a cliffhanger, maybe a cliff of a coal mine, perhaps. I'm just going to immediately, I have nothing. Pole. Yep, I have nothing more to say because I want to know what happens. So
yes,
take it away.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Indeed, it is a cold crime, the coldest of all crimes, if you ask me.
Capitalism.
As a recap, real quick. Yes, right. So real quick, I'll recap for those of you who maybe are just joining us in this 2-part journey, but I highly, highly recommend you go back and listen, not just to last week's episode, but like every episode. Like clear your calendar for the next couple weeks and just
what are you doing?
Focus in. If you're driving for the holidays, pop us on, get some laughs in while you're traveling.
Download some sods for your drive, long flight, whatever.
Exactly. So as a quick recap of where we left off, we're covering the Powerpuff Girls. It's a Christmas special called Twas the Fight Before Christmas, came out in 2003. And essentially the Powerpuff Girls are preparing for Christmas. The whole city of Townsville, the whole freaking world preparing for Christmas. It's Christmas Eve. And the most evil, greedy, rudest, most bratty, spoiled, rotten girl of them all, Princess Morbucks. She is a supervillain in the Powerpuff Girls universe and also a classmate of the Powerpuff Girls, a little kindergarten girl who's rich as shit and wants nothing more than to be a Powerpuff Girl, not just for Christmas, but literally every day of the year. She's asked Santa to be a Powerpuff Girl this year. The Powerpuff Girls aren't having it, though. They don't want her to join them because she's terrible. So once Princess realizes that she might be on the naughty list, she makes a trip in her private jet up to the North Pole, breaks into Santa's workshop, sneaks past all of his elves, busts into his office, finds out that she is indeed the only child in the world on the naughty list, and decides to switch the naughty list with the nice list to make it so that she is the only child on the nice list and every other child in the world is on the naughty list, thus ruining Christmas, not just for her arch nemesis, the Powerpuff Girls, not just for her other classmates who are mean to her, not even just to her nanny, limo driver, and butler who refused to answer whether or not she was naughty or nice, but for every single kid on the planet. So, as we said, the coldest of cold crimes.
Yeah, really leaning into here. Why she's on the naughty list.
Exactly.
Just proving Santa's point.
It's like, fine, if I'm the only kid on the naughty list, then like I might as well just lean into it. Fuck the naughty list. I am the nice list.
I am the list.
She went so far right that she went left. I am the list. So I will also say that last week I did a quick, like, fun little spiel on Santa's workshop and how letters that are sent to Santa by little kids are not actually sent to Santa, obviously, because, spoiler alert, he's not a real person.
Yikes.
But sorry, hope no kids are listening. They probably shouldn't be anyway, but whatever. But yes, they are sent to some random location, depending on where you are in the world. In America, we address them to the North Pole and are in Alaska, but they're actually forwarded to Santa Claus, Indiana. It's different in every country, but nonetheless, at one point, Grace, during all of this, I brought up the companions of Saint Nicholas, and you asked me, like, who are those? So I was like, I had the page open still on my laptop. So I was like, real quick in our little break that we took between recording, I was like, let me just like copy and paste this shit from Wikipedia in here because I was more intrigued. So according to Wikipedia, the companions of Saint Nicholas, who also apparently live at his magical workshop in the North Pole, they are a group of closely, or at least, well, whatever. They're a group of closely related figures who accompany him throughout the territories for formerly in the Holy Roman Empire, or the countries that it influenced culturally, or AKA colonially. And these characters act as a foil to the benevolent Christmas gift bringer, threatening to thrash or abduct disobedient children.
Oh, thrash.
Thrash.
It's aggressive
I'm not
terminology.
yeah, I know. I'm not gonna look up the many things that word could mean because
Yeah.
they're all bad, I think.
Yes.
So anyway, names of the dark or threatening companion figure include a lot of names in Eastern European languages that I can't pronounce, but one of them, of course, is Austrian, the Krampus. We mentioned him. They're all some sort of like
dark Santa figure.
Dark Santa, particular. Yeah, literally. And so often the subject of winter poems and tales, the companions travel with St. Nicholas, carrying with them a rod, sometimes a stick, and in modern times, often a broom and a sack. And they are sometimes dressed in black rags, bearing a black face and unruly black hair. In many contemporary portrayals, the companions look like darker, sinister, or rustic versions of Nicholas himself with a similar costume, but with a darker color scheme. So those guys are also living in the North Pole. So
which, like,
watch out, kids, who you send your letters to. What if they get the mail instead? Then you got
Krampus
this dark Santa who's going to Krampus gets it. Then you're fucked.
Which also, like, the way that like it is described, it's so funny because like it, like, again, using the word companion is such a friendly word.
Yeah.
And then also saying like they join him on, you know, his Christmas deliveries. It's just like I'm just picturing like, you know, they're all like in the commune of the North Pole workshop, and like Santa's like on the loudspeaker being like, all right, like we're lifting off in T-minus 10 minutes. Everyone get to the sleigh. And like all of the dark Santas also are like gearing up and like riding over with him. Like they're all in the
like
sleigh
throwing
together.
on their chains, pattering their rags a little bit more.
Right, like one of them's like desperately finishing his coffee really quick. Like they have to like clock in with a card. Like it seems like this is a coordinated effort or something when it's like, they're trying to foil him, but they're also companions.
But they're companions. It's just part of the gig. Like there's got to be, you know, it's like the angel and devil on your shoulder. You got to have like the dark half to remind you. But hey, you got to do something with the kids on the naughty list. Maybe they're the ones who put coal in the stockings. Santa's like, I don't want to deal with that. I
can't ruin my white gloves.
Right, exactly. Please, come on, gang. But also it's funny that you mention it that way, that like, they live on the commune. They're like part of this whole operation. Because I imagine in the first part that I did, how the elves were like in the break room, like getting the eggnog cola or whatever. You like see a couple of Krampus figures in there, like sipping on their black coffee or something.
Like talking by the water cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Steve.
Like, hey Steve, how's it going? Hey Ron, how you doing? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. There's just like a cloud of smoke behind them, but they're like very friendly. Yeah.
Really riding me these days. Yeah, like the smoke just billowing off of them.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
cool. All right,
like so casual.
Have fun making those toys. Yeah.
Cool, have fun ruining the toys. See ya.
Yeah. Hey, the elves asked him, like, abducted any kids yet? You guys, you on schedule? Like, yeah, we got a couple back in our shed. They're crying. Yeah.
Right. They're just like, same old.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's the usual Christmas. Happy holidays, guys. Yeah, they all like sit together for Christmas dinner. They all have a counterpart of like Mrs. Claus, like an evil wife or something Mrs. too. Claus. They're like all in the kitchen preparing food together and stuff.
They're like actually companions and friends.
Yes. Companions. Hey.
I like it.
So anyway, I was like, let me throw that in here real quick too, because I am genuinely curious who the fuck are these companions? And yes, that did throw me for a loop, and not what I was thinking it would mean. But hey, I'm intrigued. Intrigued. So anyway, back to part 2 of our episode here, the actual Powerpuff Girls episode. It is now Christmas morning, but like the wee early hours, like 3-4 o'clock a.m. No one up is awake yet. The sun hasn't even risen, But Bubbles, she happens to wake up because she's interrupted from her late night dreams by what she thinks are the sounds of Santa shuffling around the house, dropping off their gifts. And so she tries to wake up her sisters, Buttercup and Blossom, telling them that Santa was just there and that it's now time to wake up and open gifts. But like I said, it's the middle of the night / very, very early morning. So the other two, they're still very deep asleep and they do not budge at all. So Bubbles is like, well, fine, I'll like quietly sneak out of here and I'll go down and look at what, get a little early morning preview of what we've got. Exactly. So she tiptoes her way downstairs. But when she gets down there, she's shocked to see that there are no gifts underneath the tree, and that the plate of cookies and the glass of milk that they left out by the fireplace have gone untouched. But she's like positive that she heard Santa in the house and, heard his reindeer on the rooftop. So she heads over to their stockings, thinking that he must have at least put some gifts for them in there. But yes, indeed. She is horrified to see that all that has been left in her and her sister's stockings are big, fat lumps of coal, probably from Daddy Morbucks's coal mine.
I was about to say, can I just pause for a brief second to be like, the coal industry has sponsored Christmas and capitalism for so long. This is just the latest propaganda being like, look, kids, coal. What a lovely gift. They're trying to rewrite. This was actually like a corporate scheme the whole time.
Yes, they have somehow managed to like influence kids to be bad every year so that coal stock goes through the roof. It all started back with A Christmas Story with poor Ralphie being a little badass kid. Even like Dennis the Menace, they're like, yes, we need kids to act like this so that they will get coal for Christmas. Like all of these shows are sponsored by coal companies. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, this is just proving the point right now.
Literally. So Bubbles, she rushes back upstairs to wake up her sisters. But actually, before she does that, I skipped a line here. After she sees the coal, exactly, she's like, the fuck? She's freaking out. And she's like, okay, we're like literally the best, sweetest girls in the world. So if we got
literal
coal,
superheroes.
We're literal superheroes. So if we got coal, did everybody else in the world fucking get coal? Yeah. So she leaves her house. She flies all over town. Not breaking in, but just as creepily, she uses her X-ray vision to look into people's homes and their stockings. We'll move past it, but we'll move past it. They're superheroes. It's fine. And at literally every single house that she goes to, and she goes all over the city of Townsville, every single house, she sees not a single gift has been left, and every single stocking is full of coal. Every plate of cookies, every glass of milk remains untouched, still just sitting out by the fire. So at this point, she rushes back home and goes upstairs to wake up her sisters. And Blossom and Buttercup, this time they awake because Bubbles is literally fucking shaking them and like jumping on the bed. And they wake up excited about Christmas, thinking that it's just time to run downstairs and open up the presents under the tree. So before Bubbles can even explain what's going on, they like spring out of bed and fly right downstairs. But when they see that there are no gifts down there, Bubbles explains to them that not only did they not receive any gifts, but it appears that no one else in town received any either. And even worse, not only did they not get gifts, they got fucking coal this year.
Yeah.
And so the girls, the other two, Buttercup and Blossom, they are shocked and in disbelief. And they're like, okay, well, again, we're fucking superheroes, so something must be wrong. Like we're going to the North Pole right now. Exactly. We
straight to the top.
Literally, we're going to the top. We're not like going to go check with our neighbors or anything. We're going straight to fucking Santa Claus because we got to set some shit straight here. Something ain't right. Something's not right. And so they fly out of their house and they come face to face midair before they get too far with Princess Morbucks, all decked out in her superhero, or I guess perhaps supervillain outfit. She's got on like her tiara, the crown. She's got on her Powerpuff Girls like jumpsuit or dress thing, whatever. Exactly. And Princess tells them that the girls can't deny her any longer, and that Santa finally realized that she was the only truly nice kid in the whole world.
She's
So he
incriminating
granted
herself.
her, she really is. So he granted her her one true Christmas wish to be a Powerpuff Girls.
Mm.
And she tells the girls that they were naughty and they didn't give her what she wanted. So now every other kid in the world gets coal while she gets what she's always wanted and deserved. So before even like letting the girls respond, she just like hits them with heat vision. Not because she truly has been given full on superpowers now. She's not using her jetpacks or her jet boots or anything. She's literally flying. She's got heat ray vision.
Okay, so she did actually get what she wanted.
She got what she wanted. Her plan worked. Like Santa legitimately, unfortunately, I guess he didn't get enough sleep or something because he mixed up these lists. Like he truly thought that she was the only nice kid and that she deserved those powers. And so, yeah, she hits him with the heat vision. She hits Powerpuff Girls, knocking them out of the sky and directly down to the snow below.
This is not the way girls to join a group.
No, it's not. It's like, I want to be a Powerpuff Girl, so I'm going to kill the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. There can only be one Powerpuff Girl.
Yes, not Powerpuff Girl, singular.
Period.
Okay. Yeah. And also, I'm going to use my powers to commit crime, not prevent it.
Yeah.
So the girls are like in the snow now, a little hurt from being hit by heat ray vision. And they're like, how could this mix up? How could this have happened? What the hell? And so they try to fly past Princess to still go and see Santa at the North Pole. But Princess again blocks them, saying that she, quote unquote, knew you conceited little ingrates wouldn't be able to accept the fact that Santa thinks you're naughty, but I'm not going to let you brats ruin my Christmas. God damn, she's mean. Ingrates.
Damn. Also, like you were just describing yourself, girl. You just described exactly what you couldn't do, which is accept that you were on the naughty list.
Exactly.
Ma'am.
Everything is deflecting. Yeah, she's like, she just can't accept it. So yeah, she's gonna dish it, but she can't be served.
Can't take it. Nope.
Yeah. So Buttercup tells Princess that they're going to rat her out to Santa. Because at this point, they're like, okay, we clearly know that you did something wrong here. Yeah. Like, yeah, like you said, you've pretty much given yourself away here, that this is all your fault. You've ruined everyone's Christmas.
Basically,
so Buttercup's like, yeah, we're going to rat you out. And Princess is like, well, not if I get there first. Who's he gonna believe? The only person on the nice list this year, or you three naughty girls who want to destroy his workshop? She's like, Santa. I'll run to Santa and be like, Santa, these girls were so mad that you gave them coal, so they came up here to destroy your workshop. Damn. And they're gonna hurt you. I'm like, this is evil. I hate this little bitch. I can't stand her. This is like one of the few cold crimes, the coldest. This is one of the few times where like I have no qualms about calling this little 6-year-old a little bitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's only because she's fictional.
Exactly. But like this is manipulation, gaslighting. Like most of the villains are simply just like, hi, I'm here to be violent. This bitch is going deep, cutting deep.
Psychological torture, essentially. Exactly. Like, yeah. And again, even of Santa Claus, like how are you going to psychologically torture Santa Claus? Come mean. On. The coldest crime. So the four of them, they race to the North Pole, chasing each other down throughout the Western Hemisphere, through cities, suburbs, forests, just literally blasting at each other with their heat ray vision.
Oh, damn.
Trying to hit each other with like their ice breath, fighting, punching, just dodging each other as they're flying through the skies, racing to plead their case to Santa before it's too late. In this chase, it is high speed and violent, as we discussed last week. The genre of the show, according to HBO or Max, fantasy violence.
Check.
So check. So with all the girls attacking each other and like busting through trees in the forest and busting through buildings, fighting on the roofs of homes and running over homes and shit to hit each other, dropping ice shelves on each other, throwing snowballs, hitting all the superhero shit. They finally make it to the North Pole and then continue their race to Santa's magical workshop. They fly full speed towards the workshop, barreling over one another and eventually just crash landing into his reindeer barn.
Oh
And then
no.
like through the warehouse, like into his actual
Through the
workshop,
walls.
accidentally letting all the reindeer free into
Oh
the
no.
workshop. Just they're fucking terrified, these poor reindeer. They
Our like
just
very
like
first episode of Powerpuff Girls, we were like, they do more destruction some days. Case in point.
this is one of those days. Like
Yeah, yeah,
they technically are anti-heroes. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. They save a lot of things, but they also destroy very, very many things. So
Yeah,
it's
it's not
kind of like
ethical.
it's a balancing act. Like,
Yes.
yeah, there are. Like I think we ended our first arc saying, like, look, is the burden worth the
Yeah,
benefit
and
of
like
having the Powerpuff Girls? And like, yes, but like make
it
sure you
is
have good insurance policies
insurance
because your shit will constantly be
citywide.
getting wrecked.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
citywide. So hopefully Santa is just right up there with them and that he's got a good insurance policy because
Probably.
they really wreck this place. Like again, the reindeer run free into the warehouse. They're terrified. They're destroying all the toys, all the machinery, like running over the elves and shit. The elves are trying to corral them, but it's just absolute chaos in there. But the girls are too busy trying to beat Princess Morbuck's ass to actually even realize it.
Good.
So they then make their way into Santa's office. They like burst into his office. And we see in there just a very poor guy. He's been busy, obviously, a strung out, fatigued, very depressed looking Santa Claus.
Oh.
He's just wearing like his wife pleaser and he's got on his red overalls, but like his shirt's too small, so his belly's all hanging out.
He's kind of a mess.
He's a mess. He's a mess. He's got massive bags under his eyes.
Oh no,
And
Santa.
he just pours himself some eggnog. I guess this is right before the girls burst in there, but he's pouring himself some eggnog, probably
like,
loaded with a lot of bourbon or something.
He's like, it's been a night. Krampus has been after me.
He's been after me. Krampus has been busy. He's handing out all this coal and abducting these damn kids who are so bad. And Santa Claus, poor dude, he just pops down into his armchair, right into the fireplace, right in front of the fireplace that's just filled with this billowing, relaxing fire. And let me tell you, Santa is over Christmas this year. He's like knocking spare gifts off the shelves on the ground, just like fuck these gifts. He's kicking past rat boxes
drunken
that are under the
whiskey
tree.
rage.
Yeah.
Eggnog.
Literally.
Whiskey rage.
Kicking over shit. Yeah. Fuck this holiday. And he's like belching away the remnants of eggnog and bourbon that he's like pouring back down his throat. Yeah. It's pretty sad, honestly. And all the while the girls are like destroying the workshop, and then they eventually crash into his office again, too busy fighting to see all the damage they've caused. So Santa sees this and he's at the end of his rope. So he just stands up and yells at them like, whoa, break it up. What the hell is this with all the smashing and destroying everything? And then, yeah, like literally he has like a slight monologue. Like, I have been working all night delivering gifts to all these naughty kids, or delivering coal all night just to come home to all this smashing and you badass kids destroying my whole freaking workshop. Like, he is pissed. And I will also say, this is not like a typical sounding Santa. I don't know who they got to voice this guy, but he sounds like a pro wrestler. Like he sounds like The Rock, or not The Rock. Sorry, what is it? What's the
like Hulk Hogan or
Hulk
something?
Hogan? Thank you. He sounds like Hulk Hogan. Like, do you know what I've been through? It's like not a holly jolly voice at all. Again,
I love
eggnog
that.
bourbon rage. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why he is going off right now, rightfully so.
He's going off.
Say.
Yes,
but yeah,
he is.
You caught Santa at a bad time, girls.
Bad time. He was already having a bad night. Now y'all ruined it even more. And so he then breaks down. Like, he starts actually crying and is like,
he's absolutely drunk.
He's wasted.
The skunked Santa right now.
The girls all smell it on him like, Santa, you smell weird.
The Powerpuff Girls are like, what's that smell? And then Princess is like, bourbon. And they're like, what?
Daddy smells like it all the time. And my limo driver, too. And my
everyone who
nanny.
works for me.
Everyone who works for me smells
Sometimes
like it.
my milk that they give me before bed smells like this. On days that they say I've been difficult, quote unquote.
It's weird. I always fall asleep so quickly those
Yeah, this
nights. I
is just
don't get
night
it.
juice.
Yeah. Oh, facts. That's
Grim.
100% how she's raised. Grim. Hey, welcome to this podcast.
Yeah, true.
True. So, yes, he breaks down and he's like, for the first time ever, like yelling through tears, for the first time ever, every last little, no good, good for nothing kid in the world was on the naughty list this year, which clearly disappoints and angers him.
Yep.
And he's like, the only one nice, sweet little girl on the nice list was her, Princess. And Butter, like obviously pointing to Princess, who just barrel rolled and crashed through his workshop and into his office. And Buttercup is like, no, like you must have made a mistake. Something's not right. So then he throws the naughty list in their faces, like, you're telling me like this is a mistake and look at it for yourself. I'm wrong. Literally, he does say that, like, oh, you're gonna say me? I'm wrong, in his like Hulk Hogan voice. Do you know
rips
what
off the shirt?
Do you know what Santa's cooking? I guess that's The Rock, but still, whatever. Insert your WWE, whatever favorite superstar. Like Santa is him, or her, I suppose. So the girls, they try to explain that, like, no, we see the list, we get it, but Princess, she's super bad. Like, she must have done something to switch the list to confuse you. And Princess is like, Santa, you need to ignore them. They're just jealous that they got coal. And then she's like, if this doesn't give it away, then I don't know what is, Santa. But she then tells him, like, I'm prettier, smarter, nicer, and better than them. So they wouldn't let me be a Powerpuff Girl. And that makes them naughty. I'm like, okay, wait. Anyone who describes themselves as that, like, automatically straight to the naughty list, straight to naughty.
And who is like, I didn't get what I wanted. So therefore they are bad.
They are bad.
If Santa was sober, he would probably pause at this moment, but we know he's not. So this just in one ear, out the other.
Exactly. But perhaps he's, well, I don't think he's sober, but it's not the context clues of her saying all that stuff, like I'm better than them and I didn't get what I want. It's actually the fact that she said they wouldn't let me be a Powerpuff Girl, because then at that point, Santa's like, wait, you mean the Powerpuff Girls? Like, y'all know them? Y'all, yeah. He's like, wait, the ones that are always helping people and saving the day and being like really good and shit? Oh my God. And he like starts smiling. He's like, oh my God, that's you guys. Like, wow, like so good to be in your presence. Like excited to see them. Like, oh my God. Like, exactly. Like, I'm such a fan. You guys are so nice every year. And then he also, clearly he is drunk, because then he's like, yeah, I guess that explains how you guys like flew in here and had the strength to like break through my door and all that shit. That does
finally looks up.
Cool.
To see like the reindeer like stomping on elves, like finally rebelling, like the workshop's on fire. Krampus is just like running amok. He's like,
the Krampus is trying to put the fire out.
Yeah. Like, with his cape, just like trying to like douse the fires. Right? He's like,
it's like, yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah, not a Powerpuff Girl.
That's why this happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys look so good. How you doing?
I know you.
Like keeps chugging the eggnog, the bourbon nog.
You are the best on the list every year.
Pick up like
Exactly.
And so yes, once he is like star shocked or whatever, celebrity shocked about seeing the Powerpuff Girls, they like bashfully smile and nod like, yeah, that's us. That's like us. We're the Powerpuff Girls, no big deal. And Santa's like, oh shit, yeah, I think I was tricked. Like, you're right. I should have caught this earlier. Like, no way you guys would ever be on the naughty list.
Oh, yeah.
And so Princess, then realizing that she gave herself away because she can't just keep her mouth shut, she explodes on Santa and the girls. And this, yikes, I alluded to it last week. Like, that was just the tip of the iceberg of the like the damage that she inflicts on Santa, like how
Emotional
insulting
damage.
she is, the emotional damage here, because she then says that she should be a Powerpuff Girl, not them, because her daddy says she's the best. And if Santa is too much of a fathead to see that, she'll tell her daddy and he'll come build a parking lot over this cheap
Oh my
little
God.
arts and crafts popsicle stand of hers, of yours. And since her daddy says she gets whatever she wants, then she better get whatever she wants, even if that means that, quote unquote, all of those, I'm still going here, like she goes on a tirade, all of those lousy, worthless, second-rate, bargain basement brats of the
Oh.
world don't get anything for Christmas because she's better than them. And the nice list
Holy
proves it.
shit.
That's like that's the entire spiel. And she's like
Bargain
yelling at them.
basement brats.
Bargain brats. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know what half the stuff meant when I
Arts
was
and
watching this.
crafts popsicle
Popsicle stand. Calling him a fathead to his face.
Damn.
Like, damn.
She's
Second
not
rate,
even
worthless second rate brats. Like,
she's not even
and
gonna
all-
be on the naughty list this year. She's not even gonna be
Just
deserving
wait.
to get coal next year.
just
She
you
is
wait.
excommunicated.
This little bitch.
This little
Excommunicado.
bitch.
Like, get her the fuck out of here.
Uh-huh.
And Santa and the Powerpuff Girls are all just staring at her, mouths agape, just
Correct.
like, this bitch, are you kidding me? She's truly saying this to my face.
To our faces.
Like, not even to our faces, and yelling, by the way.
Yikes.
And so
she snapped.
she's not done. Oh, she keeps snapping. She's not done snapping. She starts breaking and destroying all of the toys around his office, all the ones that he didn't already shove off of the shelves in his drunken stupor.
Yeah.
And she looks him in the
job.
eyes. She finishes the job. And after she like knocks everything over, she looks Santa in the eyes and says, "So what'll it be?" And Santa and the girls, like I said, they're just staring at him, like mouths, jaws dropped, like shocked. And the Powerpuff Girls are like looking at Santa, like, "Bro, you gonna take this? Like, what
we do?" And Santa is just like immediately sober. Like he's like in that sober shock where he like snaps back to it.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh my God, what the fuck? I'm getting yelled at by a kindergartner."
Child,
oh my God.
Yeah.
And he explodes right back at her. He grabs the nice list out of Princess's hands, rips it up like, "List schmiss. I don't need a fucking list to tell me who's naughty and who's nice. In this case, I'm going to use my own ears and eyes."
Yes.
Okay.
I am a Santa goddamn Claus.
Middle initials, GD, Santa GD Claus.
Try me, bitch. Let's go.
And so he grabs Princess by the ear, drags her through his office. Yeah, there's a little child abuse here, but you know what? She struck first. All right.
Yeah,
this is self-defense as far as I'm concerned.
She's not a child. She's not going to get tried in juvie again.
No, exactly. Like
crimes.
You got to try her like an adult. Exactly. And so he grabs her by the ear, drags her through his office, and tells her that she has gotten on his last nerve. In fact, that she is so rotten, so despicable, so naughty that Grace, like you said, she's not just going on the naughty list. She has earned a spot on the permanent naughty list. Permanent naughty list. Like, this is where you'll see like Dick Cheney. Okay. This is where you'll see like Donald Rumsfeld. These are the type of people who are on Osama bin Laden.
Her dad.
She is up there. Her dad, her father, who we discussed last time, is most likely an arms dealer with the kind of money that he has. He is probably on this list.
I'm picturing like as he's dragging her through the workshop, like everyone, including Krampus, is just like eyes down, like, let me just fix this broken shelf. Don't look. Santa's fucking pissed. Let me help pick up.
Steve, you good? Let me help you get that reindeer, Steve. You good?
Yeah. They're all just avoiding eye contact. Like they know.
Like, no, they know. The Krampus is like, dude, she's so bad. I don't even want to abduct her because then I got to deal with her.
Yeah. I don't touch that list either. That list is off limits.
No, that's not me. That's like
that ain't me, fam. Yeah.
So he adds her name to this list, which then, of course, sends her into a state of sheer panic because she's like, oh shit, I'm never going to get a gift ever again, at least from Santa, ever in my life. So she screams out loud that she's going to go tell her daddy about this. She flies through the wall, literally bursts a hole in his wall, which, like, okay, well, good thing she's on the permanent naughty list. Yeah, like, okay, add that to the freaking tally.
Right, you're proving my point.
Exactly. And she flies straight back towards Townsville.
This little bitch. But
Santa, he's got some tricks up his sleeve, because before she can get too far, as she is mid-air, Santa works his magic and removes her superhero powers from her, one of which is obviously
flying.
And she plummets down from the sky. And at first I'm watching this like, oh, surely he'll use his magic to like put a trampoline or like a mattress or something. He's like, no, fuck her. He lets her crash into the snow below. She was hundreds of feet in the air. Hundreds, like maybe 300 or 400. Like,
this is how I take care of the permanent naughty list.
Yes. AKA, like, you're never getting a gift again because low key, I'm killing you.
Be dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the karma
so
list.
Yeah. And so so she plummets down from the sky into the snow below, stranded and cold, like middle of nowhere.
Bye, girl.
Pole. Yeah.
No one knows where she is.
Her Learjet to get her. I don't know exactly. Like, she didn't announce herself when she left. The only people who know she's there are Santa, his companions, and the Powerpuff Girls.
Her servants are not going to be looking for her.
No, like, not at all. In fact, they're like, oh, this is a holiday special.
Yeah. A Christmas miracle. She's
Christmas
gone.
Miracle.
That's what we all asked for this year.
And like Daddy Moorbucks is too busy, like, I don't know, probably at some military base in the Middle East or something, trying to sell arms to someone. He doesn't even know that he didn't know where the fuck she is. Also
what he asked for.
Yes. He's like, oh, thank God. She was draining millions from my account every year.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, true. That Learjet cost a lot to fuel.
Yeah, truly.
So, yes, Santa, he's now revitalized. He got snapped back into sobriety real quick. And he's like filled with renewed hope. Like, oh my God, okay, Christmas actually wasn't as horrible as I thought it was. I need to now get gifts to all these nice boys and girls before morning comes. No big deal. Too bad I'm like still a little tipsy. I can't really drive the sleigh right now.
They won't give me a DUI in the sky. It's fine.
It's fine. There are no cops up there. Besides, I'm Santa Claus. I do what I want. So he's like, all right, we can do this, girls. Like, we can turn Christmas around. Let's go. The girls are super excited. But he opens his office doors to the warehouse and sees, as we alluded before, just the sheer chaos, like reindeer running around, like kicking shit over. The poor elves, like trying to calm them down and just getting like barreled over. Pretty sure shit's on fire. Gifts are like flying off of conveyor belts. It's just chaos, a state of chaos from the destruction caused by Princess and also the Powerpuff Girls, ... But hey, you know, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet. So they got to break a warehouse to get Princess, put her in her place. Exactly. So seeing that he has no reindeer to guide his sleigh and no elves to assemble toys and load them onto the sleigh, and that really everything's just broken, Santa quickly falls back into depression, just crushed that his hundreds of years of perfect attendance are coming to an end, and that all of the boys and girls deserving of a proper holiday will not get one after all. So he slumps back into his armchair and he weeps, but shortly after, a light bulb goes off in his head, and he's like, you know, I'm still pretty drunk. The elves can't help me. I've got no reindeer. Powerpuff Girls, can you guys just like deliver these gifts for me? Like, you guys can fly.
Say like Blossom's nose starts shining, or like her bow.
I think he says, what does he say? Because I didn't write it down, but he's like, Powerpuff Girls, with your streaks so bright, will you guide my sleigh tonight? Because, you know, like when they fly through the sky, you see like the streak of their respective color like behind them. Yeah. And so he's like, okay, like, can y'all just do it for me? Because like
Yeah.
I'm hella tired and
Go
I want more
on.
bourbon and like
Yeah.
shit's just a mess here. Like, can y'all just, and also like the mess is kind of your fault. So like
Yeah,
help
y'all
a
owe
brother
me.
out, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the girls, though, they are absolutely gracious and, or not great, they graciously accept. They're absolutely
Yes.
excited to accept. And they immediately book it out of his workshop. They grab the sack of gifts from the warehouse and they just run out, fly out, going across the world one by one, dropping off gifts to the little boys and girls who deserve
Oh.
them. And so a few short hours later, it is fully Christmas morning. And the girls, they make it back home just in time and they go straight back to bed because they are friggin' exhausted
True.
from the very late night / early morning of whooping Princess's ass and
Hell yeah.
delivering gifts
Saving fucking
around the world.
Christmas.
Literally, they save Christmas. But literally, as soon as they fall asleep, like their heads hit the pillows, they are pretty much immediately woken up by the
My professor.
professor who like bursts in their room. He's jumping up and down on their bed, like, girls,
Oh.
girls, girls, it's Christmas, and there's so many gifts under the tree. We got to get up and
Oh.
open them. He's so cute. He's like a kid at heart.
Yeah.
And the girls, though, they're like, Professor, it's so early. Like,
They're like
no,
covered in
we're
singe marks from the
tired.
warehouse fire.
Clothes were like
They smell
ripped
like
and shit from
bourbon a
getting like
little.
hit by the
Like reindeer hoofs
professor's
on
like,
them.
girls, yeah,
Get into my
girls,
stash.
you guys smell funny. Yeah, why do you smell like my lab? I mean, where have you guys been?
You
Were you guys
good?
in my lab? So yes, so they're like, Professor, we're so tired. Just let us sleep for a little bit longer. And the professor, he like puts his head down and
Oh.
slowly shuffles out of their room, like, okay, and starts to shuffle back slowly to his room because he's like, I guess I'll go back to bed too. And then the girls, as soon as the professor leaves, they all like open their eyes, like, wait, what the fuck?
Wait, it's
We can
Christmas.
sleep later. It's Christmas. Yeah, exactly.
What's
Like, so
wrong
they
with us?
shoot at me. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we'll sleep when we're dead. / do we die? We're the Powerpuff Girls. We're
Yeah,
superheroes. We don't
probably
even
not.
need to sleep. So they like shoot out of bed, fly downstairs to open gifts, and the professor sees them and he like then starts running after them, like,
Oh, cute.
yay. And they go downstairs to open gifts with their dad. And, you know, the camera like pans out of the house and just shows the house from
Classic.
outside. And we hear all of them talking about how they got exactly what they wanted, all the gifts that they could have ever asked for Christmas.
Oh.
All the lights are on the house and snow is falling. And we then see Santa Claus, who I guess sobered up enough to make it over
He's
to
had
the
a few
city of
hours.
Townsville. He has. He got a few hours of sleep. He's good. And we see him looking on from outside of their home, smiling, nodding, and appreciative of all the hard work the girls did to save Christmas. And he kind of just does the classic, like, Santa wink at the camera. And that is the end of the Twas the fight before Christmas. And the end of the tale of how the Powerpuff Girls saved Christmas for the entire world. And who Princess is still stuck in the North Pole as far as we're concerned. And you know what? That's fine. I think the world is better off for it. The end.
Yeah, that's like my immediate follow-up question. Is she like sitting there with her like pager, like trying to page her like jet driver who's like turned his pager off like for Christmas? He's like,
it's Christmas Day. I'm with my kids.
I'm just gonna go ahead and flip that over. Like
me, he threw that shit across the room.
Exactly, like all of the staff, yes,
maybe, yes,
turning their like car phones off, and like the chauffeur, they got cell phones by then. Like
exactly,
everyone is ignoring her calls as she is, just slowly dying of hypothermia, I guess. And no one will ever find her.
She's probably frozen by now. So
yeah,
and
you know what? I bet she wished she had some coal right now to burn to keep her warm.
I wish Daddy had a coal mine here so I could get some coal and.
She starts like digging into the snow to be like, I'll design it myself.
Get my own coal, damn it. And I will say too, I mean, so I don't think it's the last episode when it originally came out, because I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it came out in season 5, but on Max, like I said before, it's like the second to last episode for the original like 6-season run of the Powerpuff Girls. So like there's only one episode after it. I don't think Princess is in it. So like, we can assume that in the original canonical, like, Powerpuff Girls series, like
the core.
that was her. That's how she died. That was the end.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Maybe she was in the revival. I don't know, but that was like a reboot, maybe. So like she was reborn. But as far as like the OG series, like that's how Princess Morbucks died.
1,000%. There's no coming back from that shit.
No. And you know, the world's better for it.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. You know. So
I mean, Christmas was never ruined again. So probably fine.
They saved Christmas forever and the world forever.
Exactly. Wow. Great job. That was a wild journey that she went on and finally reached her true breaking point there.
She did.
Everyone got pushed to the edge in this episode. Santa, Krampus, Princess, which I do like in like the unplanned fashion that we always approach things, that like as you're going through this, I was like, oh, Princess is simply the companion of the Powerpuff Girls. Like, a la Krampus being the companion, like she is the companion. She is the dark Powerpuff Girl. Like, happening
True.
here.
Oh my God, that's so accurate. Yes, facts.
But you planned it
that's
for
such
sure.
A good point. But again, she's so bad that even Krampus doesn't want to abduct her.
Yeah. Krampus is like, whoa.
He's like, whoa. Hey, yo. Whoa. I may be evil, but like she's way more evil than me. Like that's outside of it. Like that's for the devil to take care of, not me.
I got a moral code still. I have a line. She has crossed it.
Far crossed it. Crossed. So
wow, great work.
Kicking us off. Hopefully those 2 episodes got everyone in the holiday spirit. There was so many like Christmas carols being hummed in the episode. And so fun seeing all the kids putting out cookies and the narration being in like classic Christmas freaking poetry, whatever form. So we're very excited. We've got the first 2 weeks of the holiday season down. And I can't wait to hear what Grace is going to tell us about next week. So until then, Grace, who should they tell about this podcast / also our YouTube page, which shameless plug, everyone should go and check out at Saturday Morning Mysteries.
You know, I know we've done Santa reenactor or like, you know, mall Santas before. So instead do a Krampus reenactor, a mall Krampus.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I bet they have them in
major petition for malls to start doing that.
You know, I imagine that like in Finland or Austria, wherever Krampus started, I think you said Austria, like at like Christmas festivals, they definitely have some Krampuses running around. So
probably there is a picture on Wikipedia too. One of the other whatever countries incarnations of essentially the Krampus, like they had a picture of a Santa Claus or a Saint Nicholas impersonator. I feel like that's not the right word.
Cosplayer.
He's impersonating Saint Nicholas.
Santa cosplay, I guess.
But anyway, they had like someone dressed up as Saint Nicholas and then someone dressed up as like that counterpart next to him, but it was nowhere near as like creepy as what the Krampus looks like. It was just like a dude in a darker cloak, but whatever. So I'm sure that somewhere they have them.
I take yours.
I think you should tell. All I can think about is the movie Krampus now. So I'm going to say tell, and this is going to combine many, I don't remember who directed it, but I will say one of the main stars in it, and this ties together many of our favorite fandoms. Everyone should tell Adam Scott, aka Ben Wyatt from Parks and Recreation, because he's great in that movie too. Yes. Oh my God. It's such a good movie. You might even be able to watch it because it is like a scary movie, but it's Christmas and comedy too. It's him. And then, what's the guy from he's in The Office and he's an Anchorman, the guy who does sports, I think. David Cockner or Cook something like that.
His name in Anchorman is Dale though.
Yes, him. He's in it too. And he's hilarious. He plays like a super conservative, like gunslinging, like brother-in-law of Adam Scott. It's hilarious. So
iconic.
It's a good movie, but it is also kind of creepy. So yes, tweet at Adam Scott.
Amazing. Wow. Great work. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited for your episode next week and we will continue on then.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Saturday Morning Mysteries.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share, rate, review, leave us a like, and drop a comment.
We post episodes every Saturday and bonus tune tangents whenever we feel like it. So please subscribe so you don't miss the shenanigans.
And if you want to follow us on YouTube, click the bell under the YouTube subscribe button to receive notifications when new videos are posted.
And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, we have no idea what you're listening to us on, so just hit the big subscribe button on whatever app you're using. We believe in you.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at SatmornMist, all the abreves, and let us know if you have any episode or show requests by emailing SaturdayMorningMysteries@gmail.com.
Thanks to Jenna Kendall for the logo design and to Ava Sakiki for the music used during this week's episode.
See y'all groovy kids next week on Saturday Morning Mysteries.